I'm Chronix, and this is Crystal and Ted DiBiase from the most extreme wrestling. And this is your Mr. Perfect DVD review.
That's right, and why don't you tell everyone what you learned how to do this weekend?
Oh, I learned how to do the gum spit thing. And I'm gonna teach you how.
And you were so proud.
Now,
I was proud too. We high-fived. It was a good moment.
Well, it would have been good if I had gum in my mouth.
That's true. But I wouldn't really want you doing that in our apartment, I'm just saying.
So basically, this is what I came to the conclusion of how you do it.
Yes.
Kind of spit it out of your mouth slowly, let it kind of fall down. You bring your hand up for maximum amount of time that your hand is underneath, instead of doing this, because you know that's harder to do. Go up, and like you should be able to do it. Like I did it.
Well, I almost did it. I hit it with my wrist. And it was through...
I did it like 3 times in a row.
It was through watching this DVD.
Yeah, I studied it.
And studying it.
I analyzed the tapes.
We learned how to do the Mr. Perfect gum trick.
Yeah.
So anyways, I thought this DVD was really, really cool. One of the main things that I thought was really cool about Curt Hennig was that his family talked so good about him. You know, they talked about how, like, he was actually there. Like, his kids were saying that he, like, showed up for games and stuff. His wife was saying that he managed to make it to the birth of all 4 of his kids.
Like, he was a good father.
He was a good father.
Good husband.
A good family man. Good husband.
A good friend.
Which
that
is,
one guy.
yes, which is sort of shocking for a wrestler.
To be there for their family.
Yes. So I just
true.
thought that was very admirable of Mr. Perfect.
Well, I mean, he is perfect.
He is perfect in every way. And I love watching, because this had, one of the bonus features was all, like, just straight shot of, like, all his vignettes or whatever. And it was awesome.
That was great. I was glad you got to see all those.
Holy crap, dude just did a perfect dive like it was no big deal.
I know, oh my god.
Like...
And all these sports and stuff.
I mean, the sports one's, like, part of that's cameras, you know, but...
Yeah, I mean, they were
But
camera
the diving one, I was just like, you can't fake that.
Well, unless they have, like, a double or something.
Yeah, but...
I didn't look that closely.
Well, no, I don't think it was, because he was on the diving team in high school, I think. Something just came out of my hat.
Probably part of your hat.
Yeah.
You got a rat's nest up in there. But, a lot of his history, I didn't even know about. Like, I know, like, watching wrestling with my grandpa, like, when I was a kid, I always saw him. And
you liked him a lot, right?
In WWE, and then when he went to WCW. But, like, I didn't know the stuff before, and his dad wrestling, wrestling with his dad, like, all these different promotions, like AWA, and, like, didn't even know that. I felt like I was, like, a dummy or something.
It was very cool.
It was really cool to learn.
And like, I liked, you know, he was skilled in the ring.
And he picked up, like, all these skills, and he had, like, the look with his hair. And, like, the Mr. Perfect thing was just great. And, like, his wrestling abilities were just amazing. I mean, really.
Very
it trips me out.
His athletic ability as a whole. I thought it was cool. He was friends with a baseball player guy.
Yeah.
Wade Boggs. That was a pretty cool story.
And he saved that
story
dude's
about
life.
how he saved his life. And then it was extra sad at the end because Wade wasn't, like, he died in Wade's hometown. Wade was there in town. He could have called him, but he didn't.
Well, unfortunately, like,
died.
this one, like the other DVDs we've been reviewing.
I had to stop and take a break for a while because at the end of every DVD, like, they died. And it was kind of depressing. But
like, you know, he had cocaine problems.
Yes. And I do wish, that is one thing I wish the DV talked about a little bit more.
His drug use?
Yes. Well, just because, like, he didn't seem like that type of person. And so, like, with the Brian Pillman DVD, it explained, because it was like, okay, he was this great person, but he had this injury and got addicted to painkillers. Like,
well, they said he had a bad back, but that doesn't really explain cocaine.
That doesn't explain the cocaine. And so I kind of wish that they had talked about how he came to that point.
A lot of wrestlers were on cocaine, but his seemed to be much towards the end of the 90s, which is kind of weird. Like, Hogan and all them guys were 80s cocaine users, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I just
it was kind of abrupt, and they didn't really talk about that. Like,
and I mean, I get why they didn't.
He seemed good. He was fine. He was hurt. He was wrestling. He was fine. Dead. I mean, that's basically the way the DVD goes.
That's the way the DVD presented it, and so it didn't really talk about. Like, I don't know if it was that sudden, or they just didn't want to talk about his, like,
because, I mean, his whole family is, like, on the DVD.
Yeah.
his son, whatever that
So, I
guy's
mean, I
name
get
from the
why
Nexus,
they wouldn't want to get into that.
Michael McGillicuddy,
Yeah.
you know, but...
Well, I did think it was kind of funny at the end, because they're like, his mom's like, I think they're going to relive Mr. Perfect through Joe. And I'm like, no, they're reliving Mr. Perfect through Dolph Ziggler.
And doesn't that just show you how great this man is? Dolph Ziggler has basically stolen everything
That's true.
from this man.
Well, Dolph Ziggler, like, the Perfect Plex, I was so impressed with that.
I don't know
It
why.
looked cool.
Like, how have you not...
It looks cool.
I know, but of all things to be impressed by, the
I was
Perfect
impressed with the Perfect Plex.
Plex. Like, you love that move. I just don't get
It looks so sharp.
I mean, it does.
It's crisp,
but of
clean.
everything
It's awesome.
everything he's done, you watch this and you're like, the Perfect Plex. Oh my God, that is just so great.
I thought it was great. I liked all his vignettes, and I liked everything else too. I talked about how I liked he was a family man. I liked a lot of things. I was just impressed with the Perfect Plex.
Yeah, and I mean, the guy was great, like the gum thing, the pencil thing,
I mean, it was
all the
just cool.
vignettes, you can't forget him, and like wrestlers trying to copy him, doing his moves, I mean, come on.
It was just cool.
It's awesome, and when he came back in 2002, I marked out like crazy, and he looked just like he did back in the day, so it tripped me out, and then he was with Test, with kind of a similar gimmick or whatever going on, I guess you could say, and then he left, and then he died, sad. See when it happened in 2003.
It really made me very sad when his buddy was on camera like crying because he wasn't there to save his life.
Like what I'm saying, like how sudden it was in real life. I was watching him with Test, and then he's gone, and like a few months later on Raw, it's like Kurt Hennig is dead. What? Like it was so out of nowhere.
Very sad.
But I mean, the guy was great. I wish he was around today. He was even good on the mic. I mean, he was so smug and arrogant. It was just hilarious.
It was good.
So, if you haven't seen this,
it's a very good DVD.
You got to see it. And if you're like a newer person and you're like, oh, Dolph Ziggler is he's just dandy. Well, you gotta watch this because, I mean, really, self-explanatory.
It's true.
Great stuff.